What's up everybody and welcome to the channel. Today we're taking a look at the all new 2025 Mini Countryman. This one is the S All4. MSRP is $45,000 and it's finished off in the British Racing Green. Let's go ahead and see what is powering the newest Mini. This thing is pretty wild inside and out with the style and the character overall. So pulling that latch twice, we can pop the hood and you're gonna find a 2.0 liter 4-cylinder turbocharged motor with 241 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. Has a dual clutch 7-speed with all-wheel drive, and with a curb weight around 3,500 pounds, you're found at 24 miles per gallon in the city with 32 on the highway, running on a 16.1 gallon fuel tank. This car can also tow about 3,500 pounds. Closing the hood, the style is pretty sweet. It's definitely similar to previous generations, but much more squared off in some regards. A lot more modern looking. You have these really nice LED headlights with a blacked out look, and then you can see just how they light up and everything. Got some of this bronze color, which matches very nicely to the British Racing Green, S logo, safety sensor, forward facing camera, then a nice design for the overall grille. More openings down below for cooling for all the radiators, intercooler, Mini logo up on top. Then you have some black plastic trim down below as well. So it is definitely a unique looking car. I like the racing stripes on the hood, a little bit of contours in the hood as well. And then at the side, you got a nice set of 19-inch wheels with some gloss black as well as that bronze, a little bit of plastic trim surrounding it. And then for the side profile, you got one nice sharp line cutting through the overall side doors. Got some more trim down below, flush mounted door handles, and then gloss black on the mirror caps. Two-tone overall with the full black roof. You got the black pillars around the glass, panoramic sunroof up on top, and it says All4 on the side. For the overall side profile, looks similar to the previous generations, just a little bit more modern looking with the overall sculpture. So very nicely styled. Cool set of LED taillights as well. And then you can see Countryman S located on the back in that bronze color with the Mini badge. Then you have more parking sensors down below. Nice design overall. Small class 1 hitch with all of your plugs. So kind of surprising this can tow what they claim. But from back here, we can also press that button, automatically pop open the rear liftgate. Moving inside, you have a pretty decent trunk in here. So pretty roomy overall for a compact. And there's more hidden storage space down below all that. Now from here, we can pop the privacy cover off, just popping these up and down. Give that a tug, and now we can see all that space. Now to go ahead and get those seats down, they are all manual. So you will have to just open the door real quick, and then the recline levers, you can just pull and pull the whole seat down, and they will fold nice and flat, giving you all the extra storage space into the interior. All three of them are separate, so you can do them independently, which is a really good touch. From here, moving on to the rear seat space, lifting that up, you can also see the recline angle from straight up and then all the way back, which is a good touch. Now the interior has this super cool blue color. You'll notice the brown on the door fading into blue for the dashboard. But you're gonna see that fabric material, grab handle, release handle, a little bit of padding. And then hopping inside at 5'11", I actually sit back here pretty nicely. Plenty of legroom and footroom with the driver's seat at my height. And then a ton of headroom as well. These will all flip upwards for better driver visibility. And then in the center, we have a nice fabric strap and then an armrest with cup holders. There are air vents, 2 plugs, storage behind the seats. And honestly, it's actually a pretty comfortable car. Really can't complain. A little awkward opening these door handles. They're a little weird for your left arm there. But then moving on to the front seat, we have a lot to go over for this new dashboard. But you can get a closer look at the brown fading to the blue. All of your controls, grab handles, storage, power controls for the driver's seat with lumbar along with memory seating, and then this really nice blue color with all the stitching. These are the John Cooper Works sport seats. They look really nice. I like all the fit and finish to them, super sweet looking. And then hopping inside, the ignition is kind of like a little turnkey. You put your foot on the brake, just twist this, and it starts up with the key fob in your pocket. So we have like a strap on the bottom of the steering wheel, which is pretty unique for this 3-spoke technically. Some contrast stitching, big bolsters up on top, Mini logo, cruise control, Bluetooth and audio. Stock on the right side for all your windshield wipers, left stock is for headlights and turn signal. And then there is a small, somewhat of a heads-up display showing you the basics. More of that fabric with one of your air vents. then the fabric goes across the entire dashboard. All the air vents match as well. And then moving to this screen, it's about 9 inches, size of a basketball. Pretty unique looking. You can just swipe throughout it. You'll see a lot of different shortcuts, navigation, things like that. And then if you want to change up the style, you toggle this experience icon, and you can go through all sorts of unique different designs. It'll also play a funny animation like that for each one. So right now you get this massive display, and then if we toggle into a different one, we'll go all the way up into this go-kart one. You can see it load. And just pretty funky. This car's got a lot of funny things to it. But now you can see like a massive gauge cluster, things like that. As far as climate, you can just toggle that, and you see all that information, automatic climate, different zones, fan speeds, everything there. And then more shortcuts down below. For your radio control, you have your home screen as well. You can toggle that into your different apps. You'll see Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. And then the navigation screen will pop up as well. Pretty good size view. We have more controls on the right side. That'll pop up for your heated seat for the passenger side. Of course, on the left side as well. So pretty cool the way everything is laid out. If we go ahead and push this into reverse, your backup camera pops up, top-down view, and then pulling it all the way back, you can see the front view camera, and then tapping the P button for park. So certainly a super unique screen. Very cool the way everything is integrated, and just it's a funky screen overall. So I like how they have made this a little bit different to really match what you get inside of a Mini. And then underneath all that, you're going to see a little bit of storage down here, along with here, with more of this cool blue fabric, cup holders, more fabric here with a strap, and hidden storage. It says Mini on it. You have more cargo area, a few plugs, and then a nice padded armrest. Glove box on the right side, pretty large, as you'd expect. And then one last look. Very cool interior. I like all the use of materials, the style, the fit and finish. You have a huge sunroof up on top with a sunshade, all those controls, and then a very nice thin mirror. So setting off in the all-new Countryman, super cool the way these screens look, as you can tell. So these are actually drive modes. Now that I'm driving the car, when you go to experiences and toggle up everything, there are different drive modes along with the screen. So go-kart seems to be sport mode. You get the little cheering, sounds like a Mario game. But in here, transmission's more aggressive, you hear the engine sounds. This is kind of the fun go-kart mode. So hilarious how they've named these. But when you're driving this, we'll do a little fun S-turn to talk about some of the fun driving. This, for being kind of like a mini SUV, it actually handles really well, and this is pretty fun to just take these sharp turns. Very good throttle response from the engine, steering's good. You got so much pep, it's doing a good job managing the RPM to keep me with some power. But that is a fun little car to cruise with. Now if we go into the green, this is going to be the eco mode. So this noticeably is going to drive slower. You get that soft little display sound. But in this mode, you know, it's going to show you your efficiency and just drive a lot more conservative. I mean, you can floor it in here, and I'm almost flooring it, and it's not really doing anything. You can see high consumption and then efficient. So these are drive modes, which is pretty crazy how many. Of course, the off-road mode, I guess, would be trail. But normal driving, you know, visibility is still gonna be really good. Mirrors all do a great job. The heads-up display system on this screen, it's not in your way, which is actually quite nice, so you can see your speed very easily. This, for being, you know, not in the center, this is also easy to manage your speed and watch that. So I kind of like the normal ergonomics. The suspension is also incredibly comfortable. You know, Mini is built by BMW, so it's kind of part of their brand, and you can feel the refinements in this car the way it drives. It rides really good, pretty quiet in here. You know, the brakes and performance aspects all work well to where it's fun to drive. The comfort is pretty good too. These seats are very supportive for my height and everything. I mean, good leg support. I really can't complain. The bolsters are really nice in the back just to support your lower back and everything like that. So it seems to be kind of a fun car to just cruise around in and drive as a daily, you know, decently economical, quiet, comfortable, pretty much everything you would want in any modern car. Fun to tool around and just kind of rip on it just slightly. But yeah, pretty practical. The ergonomics, so that's gonna be a lot to get used to. I spent some time in this car just to figure it out. Basically everything is in the screen. Now climate controls, I'm not the biggest fan of. Obviously BMW has switched to that, and now Mini will do the same. So you have to hit the fan icon every single time to make any real adjustments. You can, you know, easily toggle your temperature and crank that up and down, and then adjust your seats or steering wheel. So it's not hard to at least easily adjust your temperature by just tapping those. But for fan speed and anything like that, you gotta tap it, go into it first. And you know, that's one little bit that you kind of gotta do. But other than that though, I mean, it seems pretty easy to use. And if you want a funky car, this seems to offer that without giving you a weird driving experience. It's easy to drive, it's nice and normal to drive, but it's got that fun, funky aspects to where this is a quirky car to buy that can still be practical, nice to drive, but give you something that you can smile about.